The reproduction of this content is not allowed without the express written consent of EBH Fitness, LLC.
Dr. Stephen Herbert III, and I'm taking it to the house. And I'm Dr. Timothy Hoover, and I'm taking it to the house. Do not adjust your screen. Yes, we are together. I can touch him. Yes, we are together, and we think we have an exciting show. You know what? If it's not exciting for you, it's exciting for us. We want to talk NFL. We want to talk March Madness. Well, we did that, but it's hot, and it's on, and it's popping. We want to talk about the rush of the NBA. So, Ohtani, man, let's start off right there in the Dodger world. What is going on? I say where there's smoke, there's fire, and I don't want to believe that. I need a fireman. Put out this fire.
Hey, last week it was madness. This week we definitely got some fire, some smoke. There's fire. I don't want to think that because a couple years ago we had our pitcher Bauer, and we just knew that was our year, only for him to get caught up in Sexgate, and he ain't been back since. So. Why does Ohtani need to have this exposed? Now he's a Dodger. Why couldn't have done this while he's an Angel? So, now we brought him on. This becomes exposed. I'm hoping he has no idea what's going on. I'm hoping this is a rogue interpreter, but what are you hearing about this that definitely brings concern?
What I'm concerned about is what I don't know. How many layers is this thing? How can your friend, your best friend, do these things and you not know about it? So you got to know about it. Some level, he's got to know about it. And then paying off his debts. Did you pay off these debts? They say he stole the money from Ohtani to pay off his debts. I think Ohtani's camp is going to do a whole lot to try to protect himself. So it's the narrative, controlling the narrative. How much information gets out, what gets out. His trainer or interpreter, he needs to go somewhere. Not talk, not say anything for us Dodger fans and us Ohtani fans. But the truth will come out. The truth will come out. And I hate to think the worst. But you talked about Mr. Bauer. Man, we were thinking, it was just a consensual relationship. That's what happens behind closed doors. When you close your door, you do what you do. They do what they do. And then when you start uncovering and you start looking deeper, and this dude's just a bad boy. So I don't want to think that of Ohtani. I like to think that he's just a baseball player. But do we know these star athletes? You got to ask yourself, do we really know them? And when you have so much money at your disposal, and when you have betting, now legal betting on any sport, in every sport, who's going to resist the temptation?
Great point. And that's, I forget, there was a couple cases before where the person in their camp was stealing money and they did not know because they trusted that person. So you do see those situations, but in this situation, you are concerned because when you start talking about best friends, there was a case with, I think it was Johnny Manziel. They have an expose on him and he had his closest of closest people. Only to find out they may be doing something inappropriate with his funds. You hear about Kobe Bryant and his parents, his challenges. So you want to think, if this is the worst, what's the best of the worst? Is that Ohtani had no idea this was happening. Not that he's complicit. If he's complicit, God dog, he just can't get over it. We just can't get over it. He takes a hometown discount. Make sure we get everybody. And then this exposed within the first month of baseball season, man.
Yeah. So more to come. More to come. Dodger fans, just be prepared. More to come. Now, I had to ask you, bro. We were talking the NFL a little bit, with the free agencies and trades, but we never closed it out. The two of us closed it out with the Super Bowl champions. And so my question to you, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, and then you got your boy Patrick Mahomes. Will they repeat? Do they have the tools to repeat? That's my question.
That's a loaded question for me, considering he's an AFC guy. If this is an NFC guy, they have a chance to get to the show. Here I can say they have a chance to get to the AFC Championship game. I'm almost have to put him in the category of Tom Brady, where I don't want to pick against him.
Okay.
But my team, the Ravens, made it there. And we're 6 runs locked in that caused us not to win. We picked up Derrick Henry. I'm not going to get mad. That was last week's show. But what I will say is that I will not count against Mahomes. He will be at the show. He will be at the AFC Championship show. I can feel that comfortable saying that. And it's everybody else is second to him. And that will be the game. To say, is Lamar and the Ravens ready to take this next step? Are we ready to have an AFC rivalry between the Chiefs and the Ravens? Is it going to be the Bills and the Chiefs? Who is it that's going to say, hey, Pat, we want some of this too?
That's good. I don't know that right now, as it stands, with all the free agency moves that have been made, has there been a significant move to knock them off the perch? I haven't seen that yet. Derrick Henry is a significant piece. And we talked about the president and having all of his arsenal. And so your boy Harbaugh over there and the OC for the Ravens, will they be able to deploy their arms to bear to knock off the Kansas City Chiefs?
What is it that, let's just talk about the Ravens. I believe they are within that conference, let's just say they're number 2. I will say they're number 2 because they made an AFC Championship game and they made a significant upgrade. What would you believe they need based off of how they showed up last year with the team they had? And we all know they are the number 1 rushing team. They had an opportunity to win. They only gave Patrick Mahomes 17 points. That's it.
Okay.
So what would you see as needed to take down Goliath and Kansas City Chiefs?
They should have did it last year. Mm-hmm. They should have did it last year when the Kansas City Chiefs had pretty much rookie or inexperienced receivers. Give them another season, they're going to be harder to beat now. Andy Reid's still there. Mahomes is still there, and he can play in the sandlot. And Travis Kelce is still there. They were talking about he's old. He's past his prime. He may be, but he knows how to run a route, find himself open, and why he's not ever double teamed, I don't get it. So to answer your question, the Ravens had their chance. That's what I think. Get them while they were at their weakest point, and they were at their weakest point because it wasn't the offense for the Kansas City Chiefs that won it. It was their defense. And it helped that Ravens OC stop running the ball. So you play right into the game, and you pass the ball, 3 and out, get the ball to Mahomes, and what is he going to do? He's going to score. He's going to come and score on you. So I'm not going to hate on the Ravens because I like Lamar. I like what they got Likely and Derrick Henry now and Andrews, and their defense is worth talking about. Love me, Lamar. I try to pick him up every year on my fantasy team. I love him that much. But Lamar is the CEO. When he steps up to the line, after he's got the information and all the intel in his microphone and his earpiece, and he goes to the line and he reads the defense, he has the last say. So I can blame the OC, but I'm going to put 90% of it on Lamar.
I got you, but that's last season. What team has made any significant upgrade to challenge the Chiefs? Do you believe? So what you're telling me, you still do not believe. Got it. I'm with you. Last year was the weakest the Kansas City Chiefs were in this dynasty, as they now reloaded.
Yes.
However, are you saying that the Ravens still do not pose a threat to them no longer for this next coming season with their upgrades?
The Ravens got to take the bib off. They're dribbling on themselves right now. Man, they need to play the game like they've been there before. Okay? So I don't know that they're in their class right now. Show me something. Show me something. We can't. You said don't talk about last year. Let's talk about the future.
Exactly.
Show me something.
So the same team of Kansas City have these new rookies that are going to be a year older. You got Lamar Jackson and the OC, who's a year older.
Yes.
In this year advanced in this play call.
Yes.
You got a healthy Mark Andrews now, who was hurt majority of all last year, who wasn't even a factor in the AFC Championship game. And you got a Derrick Henry. So you telling me, like I said, yeah, it's a whole year where everybody's aged. That they don't have a nasty taste in their mouth saying, these jokers came into our house and scored 17 points and we still could not score more than 7 points.
That's the best motivation right there. For them, is to lose, be angry. You know, Michael Jordan, it took him 7 years. He had to go through the Celtics. Yeah. He had to go through Detroit. He had to get beat down. They had the Jordan rules. You need to get your feelings hurt. Yeah. And they got their feelings hurt. The best thing that the Ravens can do is just be angry. Just be mad. You had your cookies taken from you. Yeah. And so I think, are they a formidable threat? We'll see.
So you still ask my question. Who is the number one threat? If you're saying KC's going to be there, you're not going to get that. Who is the biggest threat?
Did I answer? No. There is nobody.
Okay.
There is nobody.
Okay. All right. And that's a lot of people saying is who is it? Is it Joe Burrow? Is it Josh Allen? Is it, will it be the new Harbaugh out of Kansas, out of LA? So you're right. Until someone beats the man, and the only one that beat the man was Burrow, and then he got hurt. Who is the man? So I was
let me remind you. We go to Buffalo. Kansas City goes to Buffalo, underdog, supposed to lose. Bam, knock them off. Go to the AFC Championship on the road in Baltimore. Yeah. They're supposed to lose this one too. Yeah. Underdogs. Man, came up out of there, man. Okay, let's go to the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Who's next? 49ers ain't enough. That's the past. Nothing, to answer your question, nobody's done anything significant enough. Derrick Henry is not. It's going to be what Lamar does between the ears. The OC does between the ears to right some wrongs that they did for the previous year. And I don't know if they're capable of doing that. They're going to have to show me.
I believe, and it's not being hometown, the Ravens are the best team to do it. Their defense already proved they can stop Mahomes. Mahomes did not beat them. To your point, our offense did not do what it needed to do. Oh, defense stopped Mahomes.
Now we're not going to give credit to Mahomes.
No.
Okay.
What you just said. You just said that the OC and Lamar did not do their job.
They did not do their job.
So if they come bring their game, I'm saying they are the best team to beat them based off of last year's success. Consider everyone has a whole year. They got a nasty taste in their mouth. They got an OC that has new weapon and Derrick Henry and understands the value of that running game and says, okay. Defensively, yes, we lost some assets, coaches, but hey, we feel we have the good defense enough to understand the Patrick Mahomes mix. Was our offense good enough to beat Kansas City's defense? It's not Lamar playing against Mahomes. Right. It's Lamar playing against KC's defense and KC's offense playing against Ravens' defense. Right. Ravens' defense said, we can play. We stopped this guy. His offense did not do what they had to do. And I believe they have that piece to at least compete and have an opportunity if everyone's a year older in the best.
Mark the tape. Yeah. Mark the tape. We will have this conversation again. We will talk about the failures, the successes of the season of the NFL. And that's one thing about the NFL. We talked about it in the last couple of weeks. It's ongoing. It's 365, 7 days a week. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. We talk. Talked Otani. We talked Dodgers. We talked a little bit of football. You got anything about March Madness?
I love it, man.
Are you less mad? We were mad.
Last week I was mad. This week I'm just because I don't know what I'm watching. I mean, that's what makes it mad. Yeah. Look, Kentucky getting beat in the first round is like, whoa. And then the other night watching Houston had to go into overtime. Yeah. They almost lost it. Yeah. Who is Oakland? I thought I was looking for too short, E40. And they said, no, this is Oakland, Michigan.
Oaktown?
Where's Oakland, Michigan at? So it's definitely going to give me a chance to find out who's the who and a little geography lesson. Yeah. But the Blue Bloods are coming through. I picked North Carolina.
Yes.
And then last night, what Duke did, what Purdue did, scoring 100 points. Look, that cat, 7'5", he's bigger than Wemby and almost as wide as Shaq. That kid is we haven't seen nothing like that since Shaq. And he's 325 pounds. Shaq was 350. This guy's 7'5". Shaq was 7'1". He don't have that same tenacity yet. But I'm interested to see how he evolves into the next level. That Joker, it definitely was a man against boys.
Yeah, I was listening to Cowherd, man, earlier today, and he was talking about the big man can rule in college, but it doesn't translate into the NBA.
The new NBA.
The new NBA. It's a small man's game. And then you got Jokic, you got Embiid, yes, and then you got Wemby. These guys are freaks, and they're all European. Get that? But it's going to be interesting to see if he can translate, if he can dominate at that next level, because it just takes one or two to change the trend. But the trend right now in the NBA is it's a guard. It's a 3-point lead. Everybody's going out to the 3-point line. So can this guy? Can he do that? Can he shoot from the three? Can he do a Jokic? Can he post up? Can he bring it up? That's going to be interesting to see. But I was looking at the Sweet 16, and we talked about it in the green room. You mentioned it. Kentucky is gone, and I'm hearing that they want Calipari's head.
Wow.
They want. People said he hasn't evolved as the times have evolved. The one and dones may be just over with. I don't know if they have the impact. We got the portal. We got the one and dones. We got NIL. College G League, yeah. So college, whether it's basketball, football, it's not the same. It's changed. It's very dynamic, for lack of a better word. Hard to call who's going to win anymore. So Calipari, Kentucky, they had a good team, a very good team, and you don't expect them to lose in the first round ever, and they did against a no-name team. You said Oakland, what? Oakland, Michigan. Anyway, what I want to say is it's the Sweet 16 or the Sweet 16, and you guys have done well to get to these first couple of rounds to get here. So I want to applaud you for the success. You got the Gonzagas, you got the Dukes, you got North Carolina, you got Arizona, Purdue's, you got some heavyweights in there. So I am really interested now. I'm going to be tuned in Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I want to see you guys get the madness out of this. Let me just see some good ball. Let me just see it happen. I still think that we got some surprises that are going to be had. We got some teams that have seasoned ball players who are on, 3 or 4 years, 5 years, because our producer was mentioning because of the COVID. COVID has kicked in, so people have been able to stay on a little bit longer. I think those teams with seasoned ball players who have been able to stay around a little bit longer will do well. One and done may be over with, sir.
I like to think, I know Adam Silver and I think David Stern before he passed, they did not like the young guys coming to the league. So that's why they created the G League.
Yes. And
so, but how they incentivize it enough where college students, or at least high school students, can come to the league and not go through the one and done, because you still do not get the best of the best.
Yeah.
So I would like to believe that, because now it's been at least a decade, that the G League has kind of balanced that out. The portal, I think, that's been the hook, line, and sinker, because that gives you a chance for a Colorado team that's coached by Coach Prime to say all of a sudden you go from not even winning 2 games to now at least being competitive and being talked about, because you can recruit through the portal. Yeah. So to your point, if I'm a kid that's at Baylor or UT Austin, they get to play my freshman year, I go into the portal and you pick me up at Purdue. Oh, I got me 2 more years. And now I'm a seasoned basketball. I just didn't get my opportunity. Yeah. So I think they can balance out that one and done where Cal can play he wants to. You got these high school kids, but I still got someone I recruited from another top tier D1 school that's ready and hungry to ball, but has been seasoned as a grown man now And that may have been the way to stifle the impact of what he's been able to bring.
Interesting. More to come. It is March Madness. We are caught up in it, and we'll bring some more to you next week in our show. The NBA, man, is down to about 11, 12 games. I know you're a Laker fan. I'm a Laker fan, but it's not always about the Lakers. Matter of fact, I'm upset with the Lakers. What I wanted to talk about was Golden State. Barely making, they're in the 10th spot right now. So there's been a lot of talk, if you listen to sports radio, how they're using Steph Curry. He's about the only star that they have. They're saying he's using up too many of his minutes. And I say, if you don't use Steph to his maximum ability, you probably get bounced out of the 10th spot. Clay has fallen off. I mean, fallen off the cliff. Draymond is still playing some decent basketball. He's still my guy. But that transition that they're in, Golden State is in, it's killing them. It's hurting them. Can you imagine this conversation if we had said, man, in a couple of years, the Lakers with LeBron and AD and Clay and Steph and Green up in Golden State are going to be playing for the 9th and 10th spot in a couple of years. Bro, it's been 2 years in a row.
Damn. Wow.
2 years in a row.
Wow. Wow.
Come on.
Wow.
However, that also says, okay, look at what the NBA has done. You got Minnesota. You got OKC. You got Denver, who came up like that. And on the heels, man, in the 11th spot, Houston, Ime Udoka, who got fired from Boston, is bringing them young cats up. Okay, and they're coming, and they're knocking at the door. Matter of fact, they're getting ready to kick the door in. They're getting ready to announce to the whole NBA, we are here to take a serious, and we may not do a whole lot this year, but we scratch it. And we're going to be knocking, and we're going to hear from us next year. Watch out.
So you're saying they kicking out doors saying we're at least here to do some damage.
Yep.
We can play spoiler.
Yep.
You may not make it to number 10 seed, but trust and believe. You are in a fight.
Van Vliet, Dylan Brooks down there. You got your boy Green. I can't think of his first name to save my life. But they got rid of Porter. Porter was, got caught up in domestic assault stuff. And they shipped him out. Goes to his new team. He's out of the league now. I don't even know where he's at. Yeah. So yes, Houston, they don't have a problem no more. They found their coach. Yeah. They got the star, and they got stability.
What's interesting is the death of a dynasty. Do you ever see it coming? They say, all right, one more year we can play. We did not see that with Michael Jordan and his squad. They just left. They did not lose. You didn't see them fall and stay. They left out on top. Yeah. It just became trades. Yeah. Would you say the Lakers went through that experience after Kobe and Powell won theirs, that they fell, and just were not competitive? But to see a same core team like Golden State, this is an anomaly.
Death of a dynasty is never pretty. But let's define dynasty. You want to say 4 to 5 in a 10-year window? That would be 4 to 5 championship in the 10-year window, or 50 wins a season, Spurs, for about 20 years. So the Spurs did it very well. Their players just retired. Pop hasn't aged very well, but it was a death of a dynasty. It's sad to see Tony Parker and Ginobili and Tim Duncan. Sad to see them leave, but you can't replace Hall of Famers. You just don't get them off the street. So replacing the Hall of Famer, we're talking about Steph Curry, best shooter probably ever. Green you can replace, but hard to replace that motor he has, and he knows how to play defense. Nobody can play better, really, honestly, at his size, 6'6", 6'7", and he can play Jokic. He can play the Embiids. He's playing undersized as a center, and he knows angles. He knows how to rebound. Hall of Famer. Dennis Rodman, Hall of Famer. Green will be a Hall of Famer. And then you got Clay. Clay, the best years were probably sapped by injuries. ACL, Achilles, and him going to a backup role. It's been hard this year, but he accepted it. What you need to talk about is your general manager who has left.
Bob Myers.
Bob Myers, yeah. And so death of a dynasty. It's never pretty, and that's why some people say you should have gotten rid of Clay a year or two ago, and they were talking about sending him to the Lakers. Get rid of San Antonio Spurs weren't going to trade any of their players, but they eventually got rid of Parker. Ginobili wasn't going nowhere. Tim Duncan wasn't going anywhere. But it's sad to see. It's to me, it's always tragic, but it's the play that's playing out. When you had Boston Celtics, Bird getting hurt, McHale getting hurt, Parrish just getting old, Len Bias dies, prematurely. You had Reggie. Can't think of Reggie's name, and I know my producer knows Reggie, who had the enlarged heart. He dies, for Boston. So death of a dynasty, it's always tragic. It's like a play. You never want to see it end, but it has to come to an end.
Well, I remember those early years, late time in Bird's career, when he's laying down on the sideline
Because of his back.
Yeah, that was hard to watch. I guess it's equal to when people watch Willie Mays in the outfield. I mean, it's one of those things that's like, how did this happen? Yeah. And I remember, and it almost comes down to loyalty. How much does Golden State want to be loyal to that core three? I know that Bob Myers is really big on that loyalty. Yes. And as you said, he has been released from the organization. He's doing great things as commentation, and then also out there Washington helping Washington Commanders. But to even hear and even put in your mind to say they just won a championship 2 years ago. And even then, one of their mantras how everyone had counted them out. Mm-hmm. And so you're right, to watch them go like this, and this is the steep nose down. Yes. And you're right, I am Laker centric. I'm thinking, so not even knowing this narrative of Golden State, and like, wow, I remember early in the year that they sat Clay. Yeah. He was interviewed, and I saw that he was ejected. Yeah. And so just to understand that piece and how that impacted him. But is he too late for us to try to pick him up in the offseason? Is it one of those things if we picked him up, is it like us getting Steve Nash when he came to us? Like, did we miss our window?
Yes. Yes. He's damaged goods. He can get hot, but he's more cold than hot. Mm-hmm. So it's not, you're not going to get the Clay of old. You're going to get an old Clay. So that window's gone. And for what? I'm waiting for LeBron. We already got a problem. Okay? So I love LeBron. I love LeBron, the man. But he's stunting the growth of my young guys. And everybody wants to defer. It's not new that they want to defer it. He's still great. But I am ready for the next edition of the Lakers.
So are you saying you're ready for him just to go to retire, leave? Is AD ready? Is this an AD team, or we got to get rid of this whole project? I'm with you, but every team had the LeBron problem, and they've been able to succeed. I believe that we put at least a good enough team. I watched what Dunwoody did the other day, but I'm with you. But what's the next?
I don't have a solution. Yeah. Because without LeBron, they wouldn't make the playoffs this year. So you're asking about AD. Is he ready to take the mantle? Does he have enough pieces with AD to be successful to make a deep playoff run? No. And then we got a second-year coach, Ham. I got me scratching my head.
Is the seat warm already? Because Lakers don't waste no time.
In Rob, I trust. Rob happens to be the general manager for the Lakers. So, Rob, I don't envy your position. So the Lakers, getting back to our point, LeBron, I may be just getting tired of LeBron. I'm just getting tired, and it's time for something new. He could be stunning the growth of the whole organization. We can't find that new piece. He's costing us a lot of money. He's hitting up against the cap. There's a lot of basketball to be played. It doesn't have to be LeBron centric. So he's on my team. I'm pulling for you, LeBron. Stay healthy. AD, I need you to be healthy. Ham, let's put it together. Playing for the 9th seed just kills me. It's funny, we always circle back to the Lakers. We do. We're sorry. Turn the channel. If you don't like it, this may not be for you. But we are Laker-centric. We are. And we are hoping for the best. And wherever you are, we want your team to be successful also. Whether it's the NCAAs, hockey, baseball is kicking up. It's women's, and we haven't even touched on the women's game yet. Where you are, your NFL team, are they picking up the free agents that you want? Wherever you are, let us know. Let us know what's going on in your world. We love the Lakers. We die with the Lakers. We ride with the Lakers.
Hey, you can't say no more than that. We have already come to the time of our show to end. Want to tell you all what a great day today. What a great season. We talked about last week. It is already madness, and we get a little crazy with it. Continue watching, continue following. Hey, I ask you all continue to hit us up on your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or the X. We are here. We're back in charge. We're doing what we do. Steve Victor Herb III, that doctor in charge. I'm taking it to the house. What you got,
I'm Dr. Tim, and I'm with my nephew, my boy, my brother. And we love y'all. Tune in next week. Until next week, take it to the house. We're out.